All right, so the party just finally arrived at Wailer's Hold and encountered Arvia of Crom and her army and told them that they're in danger. And this is news to them. And when we last left, Arvia turned and gave a very confused look to the party. And danger from who?
Danger from Zygofer, right? I mean, that's who they're going after, and that's who they're trying to take the stronghold from. It's a fight you cannot win.
Walking right into a trap.
He knows you're coming. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what details we know, but we can embellish it.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know what Zertorm told you. I mean, Zertorm told you that that's where Zygofer is. That's what he told you. He's, you know, that Zygofer's at Vond, where she's trying to get to and reclaim. So you want to tell her that Zygofer's at Vond?
Yeah. Zygofer's at Vond, and it's just not a fight they can win at this point. But I mean, I don't know what else they should be doing at that point. Then I don't know. I mean, it's pretty much Zertorm told us is that they can't defeat him.
And
yeah, and
when I'm guessing it's Garrick says this. She looks and like they look at each other, like all the dwarves, you know, the Galdanes out in the back. They're kind of not really paying attention. They're like securing the area and tending to that kind of stuff. But the dwarven like retinue that she has is with her always and doesn't really leave her side. And whenever Garrick said Zygofer, she has a bemused look, and she's like, and she looks, and then you guys say it again that Zygofer's in Vond, and Arvia says Zygofer's dead. He's been dead for hundreds of years.
What?
Maybe he's like an undead demon lord. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
She's
I mean,
like,
either.
Where did you learn about Zygofer?
Zertorm.
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, like, should we? I guess there's no risk or divulging
So she kind of just like rolls her eyes. She's like, ugh. Let me guess. He wants. I'm guessing he wants Stand and Just also, of course. He wants you to get Stand and Just for him, I'm sure. It's that crown that has all the inlaid rubies. That's that crown that's extremely from legend, you know. It's an extremely powerful crown that has like magical properties. And so she's like,
it's like you know him.
Well, I know Stand and Just, and I'm sure that's what he wants. That's what everyone wants. Did he's the one that told you about Zygofer?
Yeah.
He is the one. Yep.
He claims to be Zygofer's son.
She doesn't respond to that. She's like, Zygofer's dead. What does he want you to do? Okay, so go ahead.
I'd like to ask her. Sorry. Well, why do you think he would lie to us and tell us that Zygofer is there, when in fact you say he's dead?
What are you? He's having you out here running all over these hills and these lands. What's he doing? He's sitting in his castle and he's having you go fetch all of these powerful artifacts for him.
Yeah, that's about right.
What are you guys getting out of it?
No, I forgot. What are we getting? The adventure.
So there's like she asks you that. She's like, "What are you guys getting out of it?" And there's just like crickets. And then like you just hear like in the back behind her little like dozen or so dwarves, you just hear like they're kind of like laughing at you, like you guys got played, and no one like.
I think he was gonna help us like take Vaughn or something like that, or like lend us our army, like an army to help take Vaughn or something.
Yeah, we got an
Was that
army.
the?
Sound like he just gave us an army, though,
Dira says we have an army, and Arvia looks around. Where is this army? Because all it is you guys. She's like, where's your army?
We're gonna meet up in a couple days in what was it, Willow?
The Hollows.
The Hollows.
Hollows.
Yeah.
We came out searching for you due to our alliance.
Yeah.
We didn't want to bring too many people.
So are you? So
Like,
she like looks at all you, and she looks at Dorian, because she told Dorian like, stay with these people and help them, and whenever they're done tidying up their business, come meet me at Wailer's Hold, and we're gonna assemble. So she's kind of like, she's looking at all of you, but then she looks at Dorian and is just like, so are you returning to my army, or? And she's looking at Dorian like, what's going on, is what she's asking you.
Plan.
yeah.
I crawl behind him with get on my knees, put my arms around him, and just go. Starts like scratching his head and tugging on his beard. I don't know.
Don't go.
I want to tell her, just like, my friends, they speak the truth. This is what we know. We've come to warn you, something like that.
She
What
looks
do you
at
know? Like,
she looks
what
at
do you-
Dorian. She's like, Zygofer's dead. There's demons, but there always have been. I mean, there's been demons for hundreds of years. The blood mist is lifted, and the world is restarting, and people who have drive and ambition will take this land, and for themselves, whoever strives the hardest and is the wittiest and the smartest is going to win, and they were going to rule the Ravenland.
Not to question, but how do you know he's dead?
Yeah, good question.
The stories have told. He died. They all kind of look at each other when Dira asks that. All the dwarves here, they look and they're just kind of like shrugging. It's just the stories have been told that. I mean, if Zygofer was alive, then he would be ruling over us all right now.
what race is Zygofer?
Isn't he like some elf?
He's a half elf. He's a frailer. There's a map. There's like the big map that you guys are in, and that's the Ravenland, also known as the Forbidden Lands. That's like up. It's like a continent up here, and then below that there's a mountain line that goes to the south that splits the land north and south, and there's people down there, and anyway, people down there are more human, and people up here are more elven, basically, because there's half elves, but they're half elf by blood, like genetically they're half elves, but like how they were raised kind of determines their attitudes and behaviors. And the half elves who were raised in a more human setting are called frailers, and they're just more, quote unquote bad human. They have like the violent human tendencies. They're not whereas the half elves who lived up around these parts, they're the same. They're genetically they're half elf, but they were raised in that whole serene, elfin, tranquil kind of surrounding, and so they're much more calm, and they're not this hothead kind of attitude that human people are. So those are called the Elven Spring, if I recall. They're called half elves who are born and raised among an elven culture are called Elven Spring. the half-elf people who are raised among mostly human places are called Frailers, and they're whatever it's stereotypically known as just being very tempestuous and human temperament and short-tempered, and they don't have the long outlook on life that elves do. Long answer. And so Zygofer is a Frailer half elf.
Are there half dwarves?
Maybe. Well, give me a lore roll if you want to know. Now that I think about it, give me a lore roll.
Okay.
Let me get my GM book out just in case you succeed.
Oh, pushed it.
Ooh, spicy. ×3.
Yeah, I've never seen a success so much. How
Especially
many dice
from
were involved?
especially from you. A lot of times when you roll like 8, 9 dice, you still get 0.
It's only 5 too.
I know.
And he's turned a new die.
Yeah.
Yes, there are. So, what was your question about the dwarves?
Are there half dwarves?
Yes, half dwarves are ogres. Half human, half dwarves are ogres. Giant,
Huh.
Ogres. Exactly what you're thinking in your brain right now is what they are. Giant, not smart, huge clubs, kind of primitive.
Interesting.
Huh. Okay. All right.
So
But yeah,
mean,
it seems like she doesn't believe us. Like I don't know. Should we just let them go?
Well,
I don't know who to
we honestly
believe.
don't- yeah, we honestly don't believe her exactly. So
And now I don't know if I believe Zortorum either.
yeah, that dude's taking us for a loop.
Well, no disrespect, but there is a thing called rumors.
What? This never happens.
Yeah.
Or GM deceiving the players. No, just kidding.
Maybe.
Blasphemy.
For that, you will die at the next combat.
Well,
So she's like, just Zygofer's been dead for a long time. There's no more Zygofer. And so
Who do you not like the most?
yeah.
Because I think you could send them to go find out if he's dead. Like, a little test canary.
What?
You're asking that of her army? Who do you
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
Nice,
just saying,
nice.
like, one. Who do you not want
Who's
to
the
feed
newest
anymore?
guy?
Go send him
Oh.
down.
Who's the new guy?
she's like,
Actually, I
no.
was hoping one of you.
One person can't survive out here. It's the Forbidden Lands. I mean, there's demons. No adventurer can survive on his own out here. I don't care how brave they are. It's cursed land. I mean,
I'd like to ask her how far away are we from Vond, the stronghold that she wants to overtake.
a long way. Many days.
Several days journey.
Several days.
Okay.
Several days to the west. Through forests, through different kinds of lands. Deep in the mountains.
So I'd like to ask her more about this Stanagist, the
The crown.
relic.
The
Crown.
crown.
I mean, does it really exist? Are we foolhardy trying to search for it?
I mean, so if Garrick, you ask about Stanagist, I mean, give me what is it? Perception or what is it?
Just
Insight.
gonna grab this. Insight.
Is that what it's called? Insight? Or
Yeah.
yeah, give me an insight.
Oh. One.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so you ask her about so what's your exact question?
I want to know if this Stanagist, this crown actually exists, and are we fools trying to search for it?
So as soon as you like ask about, you just barely tell, but you do tell. I mean, but like at the sound of that word, Stan, just like her eyes just like lust for it, like she's like, ugh, she's trying not to just like openly like mouth breathe and drool for it, but she's just like, you can tell like so she's like, everyone wants that. There's other relics too. Malagarn, there's swords, there's whoever has those things will rule these lands. Everyone's looking for them.
Well, we're on the right journey with that. I don't know if but we probably don't want to tell her that we have this whole army looking for him. Because I don't know, might take advantage of us, or I'd like to ask her: is anybody in your army, your group, are you guys looking for it actively besides training?
And she's kind of like not really wanting to tell you all her tactical, but she's like, well, you saw us. We roam the land. I mean, she just like looks over that way to the east, vaguely. He sits in his tower and has others do his bidding. We're out here pounding the ground, drumming up support, getting, growing our army. Of course we look, but so is everyone else. Anyone who's worth a damn is looking for it. Tell you that much.
All right. Well, should definitely continue looking for it. I'd like to ask her, when does she mean to like try to take that stronghold? Is she waiting to get the crown to do that, or?
She says, we're still growing. We need more. And you look, I mean, you see like I said, you see the Galdanes, the riders, that other group of riders from Zertorm's army, not the Cords, but the Galdanes. There's a few of them still. And then there's dwarves. And then there's, plenty of other people, but it kind of looks like, it looks like villagers. It looks like, not soldiers, really.
Just don't have the best.
Which,
All right.
but
Peasant conscripts.
is what it kind of looks like. But, so she's still looking. She's very proud looking, and she's not like, it's not like she's ashamed of her army, but she's just like, we're still working on it. She's like, the army, are you now joining my army like you said? Dorian?
I know, put Dorian on the spot. Well,
I
don't know.
Have you completed? You're here.
Pretty cool.
You're here. Have you completed the tasks that you were doing?
I would say not exactly, right? I mean, we're still on a mission to find the Stanagist and some other artifacts.
We're just picking up task after task.
Yeah, I know, right?
Is this the main quest or is this the side quest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Have to write it
Have
down.
we told her that that Zortorm has a dragon?
No.
I mean, I think we should tell her, like, kind of let her know what happened. This,
Go ahead.
past several days or weeks.
Go ahead,
or something like
Dorian. Go
It's
ahead.
that. Yeah. So I just like totally fill her in on everything that has happened and what we've seen and and why we're on this quest for Zartorm, because he has a dragon.
You hear
Do
that?
you say it like?
Yeah.
You say that, and like, there's silence on her side. Like they're just like, like
Hmm.
that is quite a feat to have a tame dragon.
Changes the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of like a.
And
yeah,
he
well,
sends
we have
you.
the Hulk.
He has a dragon, and he sends you out here on foot.
Yeah, I guess it's a good question.
I got to ride the dragon once.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice.
Some of the dwarves behind her, like, oh,
Metaphor?
they're like, what? You rode one of those foul-winged beasts, and you lived to
Oh,
tell the
majestic.
tale.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. He also has a fire lady who went toe to toe with an adult dragon.
Yeah, that's
Neither
probably
of them
more impressive.
lost, but still, it was pretty epic.
They don't even know what this. They don't even know what to say about that. They're like, at first they're like, oh, he rode a dragon, he says, and now he's talking about dragons and fire. They're just like, uh-huh.
I'm not the only one that saw it. Everyone here did.
Hmm.
This lady that was literally on fire.
I never saw anything of the sorts. He's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Crazy over here. Oh, that's not good.
Well, it sounds like has a different approach to, he's going about his mission in a different way from us, it sounds. More sorceress.
So was this just like a race to take over Vaughn?
Are you
Yeah,
asking that as Marcus?
Yeah.
So, you asked that to Arvia, like a race, and she's like, Vaughn is ours. Vaughn is our stronghold. It's our, it's our ceremonial stronghold from our ancestry. That's our land. That's our keep. Like she gets very, she starts getting very bristly about that topic. Like that is ours.
I'm just saying, is that where Zygerford died?
Like I don't know where he died. I think he died on a battlefield somewhere. And they kind of look at each other like, it was before any of us were alive.
But he was occupying Vaughn, right? I mean, he had a control of it.
I don't know if she knows.
He's a sorcerous bastard of ill repute. I mean, he was all over the place.
What made him so powerful?
His blood magic, his absolute perverse necromancy and demonic study. He's a monster from hell himself, as far as I'm concerned. That's what Arvia says.
Did he have any artifacts on him?
I don't believe so. I don't know. He's just an extremely powerful sorcerer.
If he was buried in Vaughn with artifacts, maybe Zertorum is also going to make his way over there to see if any parts of the crown is there. And if he takes it over, I doubt he'll give it back.
She's like, I can tell you right now, no one has stand and gist, because if that person had it, this would all be over, and we'd be under that person's rule. And I'm not. I'm under no one's rule but my own, so I know for sure that no one has that crown.
I'm just saying, there might be a piece of the crown.
One of the rubies?
In Vaughn, there might be. I mean, why else would all the demons collect there? Demons are generally drawn to power.
She doesn't say anything.
I wanna tell her is like, you say Zygerford is dead, but if if what Zortorm says is true, I mean, are you willing to, risk the lives of all these people trying to take Vaughn, knowing that you'll be destroyed by Zygover?
She looks right at you and says, "Yes."
Yeah, she's
She just
dedicated.
gets this like ultra zealous, zeal, the fire in the eyes. Like she is like utterly determined. Like this is what she will do. Like this will happen. She will get Vaughn back and reclaim this ancestral keep for her clan. Like it is going to happen. And she's like, yes, whatever the price we have to pay, we will get that back.
Per DM rules, whatever side we choose will be the losing side, and then we'll have to fight the other side, like on our own.
We're not even sure how many sides there are yet, are we?
That's true.
You found two. I'll just say you found two so far.
Wow.
It's like the Battle of the Five Armies.
Yeah. It seems
No comment. I'm just saying you found two.
How long do you plan on staying here?
We're just she like encourages you to like look around. I mean, this is a wasteland. This was once our very powerful hold, but it was lost in the Second Alder War or Third Alder War. It's just a ruin now. It was just a staging area for Dorian because I know that he knows where it is. But we were thinking of maybe scouting and recruiting south along these mountains, going into the Groveland Woods, the Dark Forest, to see what we find there. We haven't really decided which, but so are you?
Do we want to go with him?
Are you?
Yeah.
So she's like, again, are you with us now? Are you a part of our army?
Technically, we still have a prior engagement, but once that is completed, if we don't find any artifacts, well, even if we do find artifacts, we might pocket them, just so you know. And then once the Zertorum's army goes back...
So she asks you, like, what is your current arrangement? What are you working toward here?
Searching for, crown pieces and whatnot.
And how long is your leash? Like, how long have you been given to find these for him while he sits in his castle?
Gave us 30 days, but technically, we don't have to go back. Just his army.
And when you say his army, some of the Galdanes back there on their horses, you hear them like snicker. The cords. You hear one of them say, the cords.
That's right. Our army's better than you'll ever be. I don't know, tell him that.
What gave you that idea? But these are all the, Augur's seventh cousin and his people.
They just laugh.
Village hands.
They just shake their heads and give you one of these like dismissive, like, you people are ridiculous.
Come on.
Need to be taken seriously.
All right. Well, we would just like to know what your game plan is, I guess. And then once we're done searching for rumors and whatever we find, we can meet up because we did promise you that we would join you.
We will be...
And
you have another month of doing this?
No, what has it been, 6 days?
Since we left.
You've got, on the little calendar cheat sheet here, you've got 3 more weeks before you have to... You're going to meet up at the Hollows in a week from now. And then you guys
Yeah,
have to
that's fine.
the army has to be returned to Zertorm in 3 weeks from now. Yeah, you
See,
guys.
where's the hollows from us?
Up and around the mountain range and back down. At least that's what I heard from the 3 dwarves that
Yeah.
passed camp.
Yeah, they told. They told you where it was at in a general sense, and that is correct. It's on the other side of this mountain range.
And am I right that like in return for trying to find this crown thing, Zertorm was gonna lend us his army to help take Vaughn? Was that am I right about that?
Well, yeah, if we were to find the crown for him, but now thinking about it,
Yeah, then he was just gonna launch his crusade here and come kick Zygerfer's ass, and like, yeah, that's what he wanted it for, to kill and banish all the demons, using the crown and all that. That's what that's what Zertorm wants. That's what he told you he wants with all these. Is so he can kick all the evil demon ass out to the west and free the land.
Nice.
Think Zertorm will be sad that his father's dead? I mean, maybe a little remorse. Apparently he doesn't know. But we don't know for sure either.
Like Deer said, it's rumors. I mean, this is all. Again, people have been.
Selling circles.
People have been talking about this stuff for 5 or 6 generations from their own little village with no real contact to the outside world for hundreds of years. So it's
Stories
all
get bigger and bigger.
Yeah. So basically, until you see it with your own eyes, or you don't, then that's when you're gonna know. But this is just kind of the stories that have kind of permeated, and now you're seeing conflicting stuff. Someone says Zygerfer is alive, and they're like, no, he's dead. And they're like, it's known. Like, if you remember Game of Thrones, they would always say it is known about stuff that was wrong, but they were just so sure. Like, oh yeah. They said all this time, oh, this is known, and they're just wrong every time. And it's like, it's that kind of dynamic here where it's like people are so sure. No, he's dead. Everyone knows that, right? And they're kind of confused that you think something else,
Right.
and so that's just the state of a lot of the information and the intel of this world right now.
I think he probably has been dead for a long time, and it's just he is like
he
the
has
undead.
necromancy. What if he revived himself with some spell that when he dies he turns into like a freaking lich or something?
Oh, what?
Sick.
Nice.
Disgusting.
Right. So, I mean, ultimately, Zertorm and Zygerfer, they're, 2 people of the different sides of a coin. I mean, one raised a demon army, and this one's raising a flame beast army, and he can't even control half of them that he's released out there.
He's a child.
Still learning. He
So what
never
if
had
he
his
was the
father
same
to teach.
person?
Yeah, exactly.
What if the demons overthrew Zygerfer, and he suddenly was like, "Oh no, that's my uncle. I'm Zertorm."
Oh, but he said it was his dad. Yeah.
Like I said, rumors, they get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So
I
where
don't
do
know.
we-
Like,
What's that?
like either
where do
way,
we want to go
try to
from
find
here?
the front.
What's the lifespan of a half elf?
I mean, a few hundred years. I don't know if it says specifically. I was gonna say give me a lore roll, but I don't know if it really. They're very long lived. Because remember, elves in this world, they live forever unless their ruby gets broken.
Right.
Humans, the half elves aren't like that. Sorry, let me get my. Anyway, yeah, they're centuries and centuries. I don't know if it gives us You know what I mean? I don't
Right.
think it says they live like 585 years. I don't think it says that.
I mean, I know Dorian probably has a bond here and naturally would want to return.
Be part of the clan, whatever.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
part of the band. Like your family and friends are here, right?
Yeah.
Get a
Yeah.
couple of them to join us.
And we kind of already promised her. So I mean, if you guys want to stab her in the back, we're gonna have to off Dorian.
I'm loyal. That's part of my character, so
Oh, okay, so yeah, we
I ain't
got
leaving her.
we got two people, and I'm as honest as a vagabond can be.
Yeah. Yes. So she says, "What's your intent?"
Originally, our intent was to venture forth and adventure, find things,
What's your intent
tell our
today?
grandchildren about how we used to beat their grandma, and then she decided to join us, and then we got married.
Are you determined to play with this sorcerer's army, or are you going to join our army?
Group huddle.
I don't know. Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Group
Yeah.
huddle. Let's talk. Yeah.
Well, after learning that Zygifer is possibly dead, I don't know if we wholeheartedly believe Zeratorm anymore. So, but he gave us an army and we're doing stuff, and he's got a dragon, so we could definitely kick her ass if he wants to. So,
Yeah, totally. I was thinking like, what if
It's
we
very
just try to
that's
find
a
this
very
crown?
pragmatic way of looking at it. I like that. What was that, Dorian?
We want to be on the winning side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
just gonna-
ultimately, though, if we find the crown, it doesn't matter what anybody has. I'll just put the
Yeah.
crown on, and I'll rule over all of you.
That's kind of
Yeah.
that's kind of the allure of it. Yes.
Yeah. That's
We
what
could
I was
just
gonna say
break
too,
off
but
and go
maybe-
for it ourselves.
Watch it. It's really all just giant rumor. You put the crown together and put it on, and it's just a bunch of elves in your head insulting you.
Nothing after.
You chose poorly.
Yeah. You thought this would do something for you, idiot.
You're balding.
So what are you doing? Are you with his army right now, or are you with us?
Honestly, it might be good for us to
Need
stick
time.
with what we told him, that we would look for the artifacts, because the army was split up and sent out in multiple directions, which means that if we go back right now and meet up with them, that gives us as much information as Zertorm will have.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the month, we'll come find you. Where do you think you'll be? Will you be in the Dark Forest or will you move on eastward or westward?
You send a pigeon.
Yeah.
I just text it.
Yeah.
She's like,
Here's my mobile.
we could be at Stone Loom Mines if all goes well.
And that would be south?
Dorian
West?
just nods. Dorian knows where it is.
It's like I know where it's at.
It's west of here. Everything's west of here. But
You're like, it's a mine.
Dorian knows where it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
If
when
all
all
so
is
she
said
says
and done-
she says if all goes to plan, that's where we'll be.
What was it called again?
Stone Loom Mines.
Stone Loom Mines.
Stone Loom.
Okay.
So she says, she just looks at you all and says, Good luck finding artifacts. If you find them, everyone else is looking for them too. Be very careful.
She'd probably take it from us if she had the chance, I'm sure.
And then she says, if you find them, you better be very careful. And then she just turns around and goes back to her dwarven retinue and starts talking with them. Like, you're dismissed.
Don't worry, guys. I got a prison wallet.
Got a prison
Really?
wallet?
A bag
Yeah.
of
Don't ask.
Your grand?
Don't ask.
I've got a bag of holding. It's infinite. Yeah, so she just turns back to her retinue of dwarves, and you're all dismissed.
Okay.
You know, I think it's a good situation we're still in for the fact that we're kind of on our own, but we have that army to helping us search too. So yeah,
Mhm.
stay the course, right? Try to find
Yeah,
this before she does.
Try to find a middle way of not irritating one side too bad or the other. Try to play them both.
Yeah.
Smart. You can try. Try all
So
you
I
want.
mean, at this point, I mean, I feel like we have to like venture out and like come across some like villages or like establishments or something, strongholds, to find this crown. I don't think it's just gonna sit out in the middle of the wilderness, right? I mean,
We're just gonna find it on the ground.
hey, what's that?
I tripped over something.
Well, do we want to head to the Hollows?
What time is it?
It's noon.
Good question.
I think we should set up camp. I ain't doing another night march.
Yeah, yeah.
Learned your
It
lesson
really
on that
broke
one.
us.
Learned our
and we
lesson
got
on that.
robbed.
We should make a T-shirt for ourselves. No night marches.
Okay, so
I
you
was
want to
gonna
spend, Marcus want to spend this 6 hours setting up camp?
Yeah, let's see if I can fail miserably with 9 dice again.
Yes, it's a skill, honestly.
I mean, is there?
That's a skill at that
What
point. To not be able to get a success with that many die. I mean, that's a skill.
You think there'd be some sort of bonus or some like area in this place that we could like kind of sack up? You know, I mean, or is it like this
What do you mean?
village or whatever is in complete ruin?
Like setting up the camp should be easier since you're in a semi-civilized kind of place that's not out
Yeah, I
in
don't
the
know
woods.
if there's like an old building we could take advantage of or something.
Yeah,
I
like
don't know.
yeah, like an abandoned house or something. Or...
I mean,
Maybe just like staying there instead of setting up camp type of thing. I don't know.
I mean, I guess I'm fine with that. Yeah, I mean, unless you want to roll.
Yeah.
Oh my!
He was ready.
All of that, and he's got one. All of that again with one. Okay, so also I'll say that. Okay, yeah. So what Marcus does is he scours this wasteland and ruins, and he does all he can really find is a worn out, hollowed out building with it's missing one wall, so you can just like walk into this large room. It's like 20 feet tall. The ceiling, the roof is like 20 feet tall. It's like some sort of old like marble. The marble floor. It's very at some point impossible to say how long ago. It was a very nice rest area or a bath house. You can't really tell what it is. It's so decrepit, but I mean the base like rudimentary building blocks are very nice. Like some sort of marble structure. At some point, it was nice. It's not now though. It's dirty and it's missing a whole front wall that you got, but it's got cover overhead and it's got the other 3 walls, so you're pretty safely enclosed. It's nothing could really sneak up on you. There's only one, exit that you guys could see out of and stuff. So it's a fortified position in that sense, and it's large enough for the 4 of you to set up and to go ahead and make camp. So, but I'll say like because there's the other army people here, and it just took you a while to find this spot that was actually worth a damn. But you did find it. But just now, so now it's 6 in the evening.
Good thing I got that one success. If I had failed, we would have found a Charlie Brown tree to camp under.
Yeah.
Or that other army would kick us out or beat us up or something. So are we like camped amongst them or just on the outskirts?
They're there. I mean,
Little distance.
it's not like you can hear them. They're around, but they're not like with you.
Close enough we can hear them snicker.
Yeah. I mean, they're close. They're close enough that if you want to do some sort of interaction with them, you can try. It's not like you're, because again, remember these hexes are 6 miles or something across. It's not like they're miles away. They're, you're nearby to where if you wanted to do whatever, you could. So yeah, now it's 6 o'clock at night. I don't recall if you guys ate or drank already.
I don't think we did.
I don't think so
Not
either.
for this
But
day.
so if you want, you can roll food and water. All the
math
die.
rocks.
All the die.
Math rocks.
It's a 1 that brings it down.
1 or a 0, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, and it will automatically do it if you rolled bad. It'll update your sheet automatically. So you guys all sit here around this fire and eat your food preservation stuff that you have and drink your water. Meal's over. You guys are all plenty satisfied. And so now it's evening time, and didn't we spend some time last session doing some training, doing some upgrade? Do some of you have any?
Yeah.
Do any of you have points that you want to spend on stuff, or are you still waiting for points?
Let's see.
I have 5 points, but
Yep, I have 5.
Nothing
I
you
don't
really,
think-
nothing you really want to train on. Because to get to the level 3 takes 10 points, if I recall. Pretty sure.
How would I improve my lore?
You'd have to do a
Guess
lore.
for-
You to improve a skill, you have to use it in the session and succeed, and then that's one requirement. And then the second requirement is if you want to train on it, you have to give a wits roll and pass a wits roll. And
Okay.
then if you pass your wits roll and you successfully use the skill in this session, if you complete both of those things, then you can upgrade and spend the point. That's just you on your own. If you find a teacher, then you don't have to do a wits roll. You still have to use the skill at some point during the session. But then after that, if you have a teacher, then you can just spend the points.
See, I'm thinking, wondering, hey, what if I talk to some of these people in that camp, whatever this army that she has, and see if I can get more information and just somehow in that way improve my lore.
If you want.
no. Dear, if you go stab someone, I'll heal them, and then I can upgrade my healing.
Now we're talking.
Nice.
We've done enough talking in this session already. Way too much, actually.
Yeah.
Needs.
So tell me, where are you guys from originally?
Yeah. you know you
No, it's
only,
all right. We're training.
you know
we're
you
training.
you only need one kidney. You only need one.
Yeah.
I could
Hey.
fall and lop somebody's hand off or a finger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, trip.
How do
It'd
I
be an
heal that?
accident.
Do any of you
Exactly.
know how to smoke?
That's awesome.
All of
I
you-
saw-
All of you know how to bleed.
We're good at that.
All right.
Level 10.
I just ask: are there any skills or anything that any of you want to practice on this in this 6-hour session, or not? You guys can do whatever you want. You've met all your food needs and everything. You can just start sleeping and keeping watch. If you want to get up to whatever kind of hijinks or whatever you want to do, you can do that too. We can just get on going with the next day. What do you guys want to do?
Can I try and get the talent pack rat?
Let's see. The talent pack rat. Let me pull it up. Talent. General talent. Pack rat. Okay. You know how to pack your belongings. They don't take up much. Absolutely. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. And to get the talent, I think it's the same. You have to talent. Learning a new talent requires a quarter day of practice and a successful wits roll. Oh, no. Okay. I'm glad I looked this up. I told you wrong there, Garrick. For skills, it's one of two things. You have to have used the skill once and succeeded during the session, or you have been taught by a teacher for a quarter day. So you either use it on your own with, because you can roll a skill even if it has 0 on your character card. You can still try to roll it. And if you succeed, then okay, then now you've got it, and now you can spend points and level it up to level 1. That's for skills. Talents is what I was saying before. Learning a new talent requires a quarter day of practice and a successful wits roll. If you fail, then you don't spend XP. You can try again the next quarter day. If you have a teacher on that talent, then you don't need to roll. You can only learn profession talents from your own profession, and you can't learn other kin traits. Okay, yeah. So for Marcus to learn Pack Rat, requires a quarter day of practice and a successful wits roll. So you'd have to tell me what you're doing, packing up your thing and lugging it around and trying to do some sort of CrossFit training or something, and then do a wits roll and succeed. And then if you do both of those things, then you will earn the talent.
All right. So that's what I'm doing is going to be unpacking, repacking my stuff over and over again and see if I can.
Okay.
Imagine.
So that's what you're going to be doing for. So we'll say you're practicing this for 6 hours. The rest of you, do you guys want to be doing anything?
I don't have enough experience, so I'm just gonna sleep.
Okay, you'll sleep. So Dira's down. Okay, very good.
I think I'd like to. Oh, who's that? Who is that?
That's his wits roll for later.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to improve my lore and maybe walk over and talk to. I don't know, pick out some old elder. Either a half elf or what is it? A dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
And just pick their brain for more information on what they know, I guess.
Okay. What about Dorian? Well, I guess someone's got to keep watch. Or not. I guess 3 of you are accounted for. No one's going to keep watch from 6 to midnight as of right now.
Yeah, that makes you wonder, what if we don't keep watch? What if someone doesn't? What happens?
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Stop it. You're coming.
Yeah, when the game master's talking you into it.
Yeah, talking us into jump off the cliff.
Hang on. Before you decide not to do it, let me get the GM book out again so I can look up this table. Okay. No, I'm just kidding.
What are you? That's awesome.
What's the worst that could happen? Yeah, I was trying to see if there's any talents or something. Well, I wonder.
I mean, I'll just say it'd be unwise to not keep watch. Because I'm just saying the other 3 they've all decided to do something. Dira's sleeping.
Yeah.
Marcus is training.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I can skip what I was doing and keep
No,
watching.
no.
You don't have to
No,
skip.
you should go and do it, man. Get more information. I'll stand watch.
Okay, so give me a stand watch
Stop
roll,
what I'm
please,
doing.
or keep watch.
Ooh, yes.
Very good. Okay, so, do you want to role play this, George or Garrick, about going over there?
Sure. You know, now I think about it, I don't know if anybody else would know more, but oh God, what's her name? The main lady that we were
Arvia?
talking with before, Arvia. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to ask her more. I mean, just get more information of this Danagus, this crown. Like, how did it come to be? Where might we find it? You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I don't know where she is at the moment, but is she like around
You just want
fire with
you
her
just want
comrades?
general intel of everything.
But mainly about this crown and
Okay.
something that might help us. I don't know.
Okay, so Deer is out. Dorian is keeping watch. Marcus is packing and unpacking. And in the darkness here after the meal, Garrick slinks up to Arvia's army. And there's a... Do you want to... I guess I would say you're close enough that they could see you. So it's not like you're just approaching them out of the darkness, you know. They see you coming, and
Don't mean to startle you.
Yeah.
and they just, like, one of the dwarves looks up and he says, "You don't," and
You don't.
you don't, and
Nothing.
and then like one of them kicks a stool out. They're sitting around a fire, like a big bonfire, and there's Arvia, her retinue, and then 2 Galdanes is all you see. And they're drinking and carousing and talking. And, as you were walking up, you just hear, like, loud kind of laughing and jolly times had by all. And you come up, I don't mean to, and that's why you said it's because they're kind of getting sloshed. And, like, yeah, you don't scare us. You didn't startle us. But they kick a stool out. And
Welcome me anyway.
yeah. So Arvia's got her stein, or whatever, her pint, and she's like, "So you're working for Zertorm? You're out here. Help me understand this. You're out here doing his bidding." Looking all over the lands, risking your lives just to go fetch, mythical crowns and weapons and whatever you can find just to give it back to him. And he's not, she's just like stunned that you would agree to do this. She's just like, "What are you doing? You are such a fool." She doesn't call you a fool, but I mean that's what her whole vibe is.
Yeah, now it really makes me question. I mean, just thinking to myself, like, what is really in it for us? I guess besides the adventure, I guess. But was there something in it for us that I missed, or that we're getting out of it? At the
Well,
end?
I'll say, because so you respond, you're like, "Yeah, I don't know." She's like, she just puts her hand up. She's like, he must have performed a sign or a miracle or something for you to. He must have displayed his power in some way that just gobsmacked you all. I mean, you don't seem like foolish people.
Yeah,
and he has a dragon, you said, and then
yeah.
she says that, and all the rest of them are just like, "Oh my god!" Like they're like extremely impressed by that. They're like, "Oh, that's incredible," but they kind of can't believe it either. They're like, "What? Like that's impossible." So that whole dragon thing really like oof, that's like a big deal for these people.
Yeah, I'd like to tell her. We were on the outskirts of town waiting for a word or to meet with Zertorm, and we got attacked, and he came in and saved our asses, and so there's that.
What attacked you? She's like, we joke you, but you look like competent fighters, and you have.
No.
She's like, you look like competent fighters, and Dorian's with you. I mean, what did you need his help for?
Well, we were all drinking that night, and we weren't top game, so no, God, I forgot what it was that attacked
It was
us.
it was a demon. It was like a spectral kind of really tall black silhouette, like
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
like this
right.
blade.
Okay.
yeah, like blade. It was this. You never seen anything like it.
Oh shit.
So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
explain what it was that attacked you to her and her part,
Yeah.
and she's just like, they're looking at each
It was
other
kinda
like,
beyond us.
where was this at? So we never go there.
Remind me never.
Yeah, I like to explain to her with that event. You're like, that's the stuff we're up against. I mean, you don't know how bad it's gonna get, but this Zeratom guy's helping us out, and he's driving us in the right direction, leading us, and gave us this army, and we're trying to give him the tools to help defeat this. So
So she just puts her
We're still
hand up.
loyal.
She just puts her hand up. She's like, I understand.
I've heard enough.
Guys are brainwashed.
We're
So Arbia, tell me more about this crown. I mean, how did it come to be? I mean, why is it so special? I can tell in your eyes that you want it. So
I just know the stories that you know about it. I mean, it's older than it's old as the land itself. I mean, she's like trying to, she sits back and she's trying to recall like the stories that she's been told since her, back in the beginning, the elves made it, and there's rubies that inset in it, and it gives you great power and wisdom and judgment and charisma, and it just makes you indomitable. And there's swords, there's a scepter, and all the dwarves are kind of like, because they're not really like kind of thinking about this stuff that much. They're more like martial, like using their axes to kill things, but they're like, there was a sword, there was a scepter, there was the crown, there was Stanagist, and they're like, yeah, there's all kinds of artifacts out there. There's all these elves and their rubies powering these things. There's many. But I mean, we're looking for, I mean, she says, I'll tell you if I found it tomorrow, I would march right to Vond and end this thing now with the army I have.
So where do you expect to find this? I mean, where are you looking?
She gets kind of like
It could be
coy,
her own secret, right?
She's like,
Ooh.
Not
she's
like
like,
she was
well,
divulged.
the same kind of places everyone else is looking. It's just who gets there first. I mean, where are you looking?
I mean,
All the dwarves at the fire like turn and look at you. They all like they're all holding their beers and everything, and everyone's lit up by the fire, glowing orange. And like she's like, where are you looking? And all of them like kind of stop and they turn and look at you. Where are you and it's like quiet now.
say I'm looking in settlements, old ruin keeps.
Where have you guys searched so
Something that
far?
might-
To the west.
Oh, many places. Many places. I don't know. Just slide through my teeth.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, just on our journey from Augur.
Give a performance roll
Give a performance.
since you're trying to lie.
I'm not lying, embellishing.
That's what I said.
oh shit, it's gonna pay.
Well, what's it gonna hurt?
I feel like I'm getting sweaty, nervous around the fire.
Yeah.
You know, the people staring at me, and like,
Listen.
so I feel like I really have to like draw in and like really step it up.
Ooh.
And oh yes, it is gonna pay off.
So she says, where are you looking? And you do this whole freaking flubbering, flustered, and you can just tell like in the light of the fire, you just see like beads of sweat coming down. He's like, I don't want to say the wrong thing and piss these people off, but I don't want to like say real things either. So all this like blubbering and stuff. Garrick just kind of blubbers his way to where they don't, with the drinking and everything, they don't even care anymore. They're like, oh geez, this guy doesn't know anything, and they go back to.
He doesn't know where it is either.
And so Garrick's just sitting there like in shame, like, oh god, I just like totally I be clowned myself.
But I'm not in total dread. At that point, I'd like to ask Arvi, you got another ale?
Of
There it
course.
is.
I need a drink.
Of course. She like roughly like her sergeant or whatever, her enlisted like senior guy. She gives him a hard elbow, like, give him a beer.
Nice.
And like, yeah, so now you got one. She's like, what are your plans in the Forbidden Lands, in the Raven Land? What do you want? What do you people want? She's asking you, like, what is your party? What are you doing? You're just adventurers, huh? You don't have any greater ambitions?
Well, we want to acquire some wealth.
They all laugh.
Good
Ha!
beer,
Of course.
Maybe.
They like, as soon as you say wealth, they like, they love.
Yeah.
They all raise their glass to that. Okay.
Eventually, we'd probably like to settle down, some old keep of our own. That'd be nice.
It's like, where are you? She's like, where are you from?
Oh,
And you say Towan
my
Village.
gosh. Towan Village, yeah.
Yeah, Towan Village. They're like, oh,
Towan Village.
oh, that's not too far from where we're from. Huh.
Where are they from?
Up that way.
Up that way. We're neighbors.
Interesting.
What is your guys's? I ask Arvia. What do you guys want? I mean, you want to take over Bond and that's it, or?
And she just looks right at you and nods and says, that's exactly right.
All right. Well, we'll do our best to help you when the time comes.
She puts up her glasses. We'll see you at Stone Loom Mines.
Nice. Well, to that, I'm gonna bid you guys farewell and good night. Maybe take my ale with me. You guys want the glass back? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know if that's the glass.
God. Very good.
Yeah, I go back to my tent. So can that put my lore at 1 now instead of 0? Oh, did I make a lore roll?
Yeah, you gotta give me a lore roll, please.
Yeah, I've never given.
Well, didn't you already do one? At the beginning of the session?
I think I did.
Someone gave me a lore roll.
I did.
Oh, that was okay. Yeah, that was Marcus.
Yeah, asking about the half dwarfs.
Okay, yeah. Give me a lore roll, please. Ooh.
Oh yes. Oh man, that's nice.
Man, I need to give you guys some sort of combat if you keep rolling all these 6s tonight. Okay.
No, we're getting them out right now, and when we come to combat, it'll be bad.
Yeah. So I would say, yeah. So you spend this time, yeah. You have leveled up your lore. So make sure you spend the points off your sheet, and now you have lore level 1. And if we're ready, I'm just going to advance out to midnight.
Okay.
So Deer is awake now, rested. Dorian has just completed his keep watch shift. Marcus has just trained up his pack rat. Oh, yeah, because you already gave me the roll. So Marcus trained up his pack rat. So let me give you that talent. And you spent the
I put it on my sheet already.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if it was vote for you though.
Very good. I see it. Yeah. And did you spend the points off of your XP?
Yes, I did.
Okay, very good. Yep, Pack Rat. And then I'll throw that to chat. So that's what he's got. Pack Rat. Very good. So yeah, you can carry 2 more items than normal without being encumbered. I wonder if it automatically does that on your sheet, like without me having
It
to.
did.
Okay,
Got
cool.
it from 6.
Awesome. Okay, very good. So that's a cool. Yeah, that's
You know-
definitely useful. That's a very practical one to have. It's very good.
I'm walking around definitely encumbered. I'm at 9.5 out of 8. I feel like I should drop something.
Or just put something in the cart, your magical cart of holding that has everything.
Oh, we still have that. It's just a lot of the weapons got stolen, right? Or
Yeah.
did they give it back?
No.
I don't think they gave
Hell
it
no.
back.
That was your toll. That was your toll to pass
Yeah.
through. Hell no, they didn't give it
That's
back.
awesome. All right, I'll put my battle axe in the cart.
Okay.
Can I just delete that, or
I can do it.
I deleted it, and I guess I could put on Jag.
Yeah. Okay. Very good.
Cool.
So you're trained up. Mark is trained up. Deer is awake now. Garrick's tired and done with his watch, and it's midnight. What are we doing?
Well, I guess I'd like to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Go to
think I'm
sleep
gonna
as
get some
well.
sleep too.
I'll keep watch. I'll be
Okay.
nice.
I was gonna say that.
Mm,
Don't kill anybody.
I like
I
how
didn't say that.
before. It's like before the.
Promise that.
It's like the last thing anyone ever tells Dira before they go to bed. Now, don't kill anyone. Just no killing. That's
I
so
like
funny.
to hurt people, not kill them.
Ooh.
Mutilation. That's all fine, but they have to still
Think
be
of the
breathing.
loved ones. They're hurt.
I like to see them hurt.
That's so good.
We wake up and Dira's just here. You'll never amount to anything. I'm like, Dira, stop. You're hurting them emotionally.
That's awesome.
Damage you.
And your father never loved you.
Dearest
That's
favorite
awesome.
question. Do you know how to milk a rat?
Oh, sick. Sick.
I've
I feel
never
like we
heard.
encountered that in the beginning. Did we?
Let's not remember, even if we did. Dira, can you give me a keep watch roll, please?
Yeah.
Look at all those dice. With no success. But you can push.
But no Banes.
No banes, yeah. You can push if you want. Or you cannot if you want.
God, I love the dice mechanic of this game. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Just not in your favor.
So what happened here?
Uh-oh.
Why were you unable to
Uh-oh.
keep watch
Uh-oh.
and you took some damage? What happened here with Dira?
Was paying attention to everything, and then I started to see something over in the corner. Couple people fighting, and I just got locked in. Wasn't paying attention. Just completely dazed.
So you saw
should I
some
go
of the
over there?
some of the people in the other army having some sort of drunken scuffle kind of a thing.
Yep, and it was like,
Jerry,
You know.
Jerry.
yep, exactly. I couldn't take my eyes off. I'm just glued.
Okay. Okay.
There's Mike. Look at his face. Take a screenshot.
No. Okay.
Roll
Well,
the table.
so yeah, Dira is like captivated by this drunken shenanigans that happen over there in the dwarven army. But nothing happens. The fight breaks up. There's like maybe a broken arm. So some damage, but nothing terrible. No one died and no one got maimed. And so
I could see her like she hears the crack of the arm, starts salivating.
yeah.
She's like, yes.
Just giggling. Yeah. Do you want to do anything? Do you want to like interact with this at all, or you just want to see that it's happening?
I'm just gonna keep to myself.
Okay. You can interact with it if you want. I always want to give you a chance to play out your dark urges here. Okay, so
It would ruin the fantasy.
I'll let everybody sleep peacefully.
okay, so
No
yeah,
worries.
so the fight breaks suddenly and violently. Someone breaks their arm, and then the fight's over, and the guy screams out in pain and shuffles off to bed and gets attention, and then everyone just kind of douses the lights, and that's how these drunken parties always end. Someone getting broken in some way. So then all the lights in that part of the camp just go out, and it's snoring and just out drunkenness, and the rest of the evening continues on without incident. So now it is 6 in the morning, and light comes. Okay, so
Marcus, make us something amazing for breakfast. Just kidding.
Yeah, be useful.
Yeah, you should make breakfast for everybody.
Dude,
Can
does
make
he
some-
still have I mean, it takes supplies to do that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
the
They
kit
took
the
weapons, but they left the supplies, is what you said.
yeah.
But we don't have like meat or
Yeah,
or
you-
fresh meat.
What about
Yeah.
that elk that I
I prepared
oh,
it
I think we
last
ate
session.
that pretty
Yeah,
quick.
yeah. He prepared it and turned it all into food. He dried it out and turned it from meat to food, and you guys got to up your die because of all that meat. So yeah, you guys don't have any food. You have like materials to like kind of trade. I guess you have like tallow and flour. You guys don't have like fruit and vegetables and meat. You don't have food. You have ingredients. But I mean, that's just in the cart. You guys have dried foodstuffs on your character sheet. That food die. That's what that stuff is signifying.
We have something, but
I mean, if only our hunter would go hunt.
Mmm.
Nice,
Uh,
nice.
that feels like a step. We'll go out hunting. if
It's
we
just
want.
It's just an encouragement.
We're,
Yeah.
we're not starving, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys
What are
ate.
you looking for?
You guys ate 12 hours ago, so you're not. You guys ate and drank 12 hours ago, so you've got another 12 hours to go before you start getting hungry and all that. So, and thirsty. So it's not like an immediate need that has to get met this second. But procrastinating is always. I mean, it's a choice you can make. So,
Does it take a quarter day to go hunting?
yeah,
Okay.
quarter day,
Do we
and
wanna
that
take
you have
that
a
time,
you
or do
just
we
got a
wanna take
talent.
off?
You just got a talent, didn't you? You got Master of the Hunt level 2, which I just threw to the chat.
Oh yeah.
So level 2, hunting sets you at ease. Oh, that counts. That's what it was. So now when you hunt, it
Oh,
counts as
okay.
resting.
Nice.
So when you hunt, you gain all of your attributes back. You don't have to sleep.
Go out,
Hmm.
listen to nature.
Yeah. So by doing
Well, I
hunting,
just slept, so
Yeah.
that resets anyway.
yeah, just make if any of you have like wits damage or whatever empathy, you guys are all healed up now.
Well, if we want to take some time, I can try go hunting right now.
Well, I mean, like I was saying, we don't have.
There's also
We're not
foraging.
short on food.
Yeah, if you guys have food dye, then you're not. I don't know what you guys all have. If you all have a D6, I mean that's not good.
I have a D10, so
I mean, that's
yeah, I'm
plenty
not
of food.
worried.
I mean that's at least 3 days
Have a
worth of
D8.
food. That's 2 days worth at least.
Yeah, it just depends. I mean, do we want to get moving quickly?
Yeah, I think we should, because were we gonna meet up 2 weeks in at the Hollows, or were we going 10 days?
You guys are meeting up at the Hollows.
That was 2
let me.
weeks.
Well, you're gonna meet up in a week from now.
Okay, so maybe we should start heading out.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Even if we get there early, we can question them or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Set up a.
Find their very
Set up
own
an
drunken
account.
Edward. Find
Yeah.
out some rumors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Edward 2.0.
Mm.
I love it.
Edward's brother. So are we not making a food roll? Because we're fine for now.
You just don't have to do it right now if you don't want to.
Okay,
You
that's cool.
you don't have to do food and water yet if you don't want to.
We'll wait.
Okay?
All right.
So are we going the way we came?
I would assume because we got to get around that mountain.
Yeah,
If we
so
go,
when you look, let me do a little cheat here real quick. The mountains
South.
stop to your south, but it goes to a forest. And so you can't really tell, and you've never been down there, so you don't know like what this forest does. I mean, you don't know. So
Is it worth finding out? I don't think so.
We got a couple extra days, you know. Let's go on an adventure. Maybe see if we can get one of us killed.
Yeah.
it's been a
Don't
while.
forget the killing bird.
It's been a while since one of you offed yourselves accidentally. It's been a
You know,
while.
if we're really worried about the forest, we could just light it on fire.
That happened
That sounds like a good idea.
that happened like
That'd
your
give us
guys'
some
first
reputation points.
your first afternoon away from the village. There was a forest fire or something. You guys got burned in.
Got rid of the swamp.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
That's funny.
Destroyed the
Yeah, then-
ecosystem.
Man, yeah, we've had some definite impacts on the environment.
So you guys can head due south, and the ruins just continue. Or you can head if you're. Yeah, so you can go due south, or you can go back the way you came, or you can keep heading west out to wherever the hell that goes.
But ultimately, we want to be on the other side of the mountains.
If you're
Or
trying to get to the
east,
if you're
west.
trying to get to the hollows, that's right.
I mean, does it look like from our position that if we just go south and
Well,
a
You-
little bit, then we can just get around?
You can't
Or-
tell. It's like it's dozens of miles away. You can't see that far on the horizon. You know what I mean? All you can tell is the mountain range that you're here is about over, and then you can see just very broadly in the distance that there's a forest. That's all you can.
Okay.
That's all you can tell.
if we go south, we'll explore a new venture and get more experience.
See,
Ooh, good one.
see,
This
Meta.
is true.
metagaming.
And any place we've already been, we can move 2 squares in a quarter of a day
You
if
could
we've been there before.
you can do that
So we can get
regardless. You can do that just to make sure. You guys can do that regardless. If you're in easy terrain, you can go 2 hexes in a quarter day. It doesn't matter that it's been unexplored or not.
What's the
Right.
rule with the fact that we've been there before?
That
You
means
don't need to lead the way.
you don't have to lead the
Uh,
way because you've already navigated the safe way through. You still have to keep watch, but you don't have to lead the way.
Okay.
Going
I
south.
like the idea of going south. That sounds exciting. Let's do it.
All right. Yeah, why not?
You only
I
die
need
once.
that
All right, so we're heading south. There we go. So yeah, you're still in the ruins. So as you
Okay.
pass through, it's just you don't know what happened here. Legend of old says this was just one of these wars of humans humans. So actually, here, lore boy Garrett, give me a lore roll with your new lore skill.
Lore boy. I'll take it. Are you
You don't-
kidding me?
Oof.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oof.
I'm sitting there and like, man, that beer really got to me last night.
Yeah.
What was it? What was it? So I'm gonna push.
Oh, you do push.
Oh my
You got
God.
2 wits damage. How many wits do you have? You
Oh.
only have 3. Damn,
yeah, I
homie.
only have one left.
So explain what
So I'll be
happened.
Yeah, so it's the beer that got to me, and I'm like, oh, forget it. I don't know.
Now he's just like, I'm a moron.
I
Oh my
really-
gosh! Wow. So yeah, so Garrick was gonna regale you all with the history of Wailer's Hold, but then he foolishly remembers that Dorian is right here, and Dorian knows all about it. So It's like, oh yeah, I don't
Yeah,
need
that's
to.
right. That's right.
Dorian knows, so he tells you that, oh yeah, let me get my little marker for you guys. My little tracker for you guys. Wailer's Hold was one of many ancient dwarven strongholds, and it was lost in the Second Alder War many, many hundreds of years ago when the dwarves and the elves lived here since the beginning, like in the beginning kind of a thing. Elves and dwarves lived here. Dwarves were building the earth out underground, and elves were in charge of prompting the growth of life itself on the surface, like trees and rivers, and the elves were the ones in charge of beginning life on the planet, and the dwarves were charged with building the actual planet. And that was all good and well forever until the humans, 1,000 years ago ish, came across the seas. The humans came, and when the humans came over, they were quickly relegated and segregated to the south, to Alderland. This is Ravenland, and now down there is the Alderland, and humans were sent down there and segregated and quarantined, and there's a large impassable mountain range that separates. What's the word? Supernaturally created a mountain range. The god Worm created this mountain range, or this huge rift that separates the two lands, so you can't cross, except for this one spot, and that's how.
Mountain to the east of us right now.
No. That's a huge, enormous mountain range. It's like a huge continent, and like right in the center of it, going east to west, is an enormous mountain range that you can't pass. Like the upper part up here is Ravenland, and down here is this whole separate continent called Alderland. And the humans were all down here, and the elves and the dwarves were all up here. And there's this huge mountain range separating them that was mostly impassable, but not completely impassable. But over the time, humans came north, seeking to, because humans are how we are. We never get along. We fight amongst each other, and so there's all these religious schisms between humans. The serpent or the raven, or rust. There's all this religious infighting about things, and people persecuting other people and calling people heretics and killing other people. So a group of humans came up to the Ravenland long ago, and the elves and the dwarves permitted them to stay if they followed the laws of the land. And they just obeyed the tenets and the rules of life that the elves and the dwarves had set forth. And for the most part, humans did. And so there was a little imprint, a little foothold of human activity up here in the Ravenland. But then, as time's gone on, as people always do, like a virus or whatever, it's like we keep spreading and growing, and eventually more people came up with not good intention. And of course, wars are a result of that, and they're called the Alder Wars because people were coming from the south. And so in one of these wars from ancient times, like many hundreds of years ago, one of these wars was one where Wailer's Hold was once a glorious dwarven stronghold, but the human incursion just kept bombarding it, and eventually the dwarves tactically retreated and just allowed this, and scorched earth this place as a way to try to, a scorched earth tactic to try to slow down the human advances. But this was all long. You guys are all hearing this from Dorian as you're walking through, and he's kind of giving you a history lesson of what he knows, or, this is the stuff that the dwarves say anyway. Like, this is from their perspective, this is what happened. And so that's what happened to this land, to Wailer's Hold, way long ago.
Look at Dorian, and I'm like, sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
Apologize for my ancestors.
You will be. You will be. All right, so now directly to the south of you is another mountain range, another peak that you can't go. So you can go southeast or southwest.
Oh. Southeast.
Okay. So now this will be a new. So now we're going to say it's noon now because now you've gone 2 hexes. This has all been easy terrain. So now it's new. So now it's noon. Let me give you your little marker here. And I need a. I needed a.
Last lead
yeah.
the way the last turn.
I mean, I'll say you don't need one because you're in like a city, like you're not like in ruin. You know, it's not like the wilderness.
It's almost like Dorian kind of gave us the lead the way.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was kind of
Whole
like,
tour.
basically, yeah. But so for this one, I do need to lead the way, and I need a keep watch, please.
I'll lead the way.
Will
Oh,
you?
probably
Remember you
not.
have. Remember you have talents. You have talents for this.
Yeah, I added that. And,
Well, you have like Path of the
wasn't
Forest
enough,
or whatever.
Oh, I did Pathfinder. Oh my god, why?
No. Hang on. What'd you roll?
Tonight is not your night.
Well, that's fine. You
Yeah.
can remember your talent, your Path of the Forest talent. Remember your talents.
That's what I clicked on.
No. It's not
I
a
did
talent.
Pathfinder.
No. Pathfinder. You have a talent called Path of the Forest. I'll throw it to
Okay.
chat right there. When you forage, hunt, or lead the way, you can automatically succeed if you spend a willpower point. You have that. So, and you can. It says right there, you can roll it after you can roll first and fail the roll, and then spend it to succeed. So,
Okay. I just spent it. So.
okay. So yeah, so you determined you're in like and like it's hard because this is like a forest, but it's not the same kind of trees. These are deciduous instead of coniferous or whatever. They're different kind of trees and stuff. That was stupid. So yeah, you have like a bunch of, and so it's similar but not the same. And so yeah, that's why it was such a pain for you. But you like get your bearings and acclimate to this.
Sorry,
new.
guys. These trees are not familiar to me.
I'm used to like evergreens and. So who wants to do a keep watch?
I can do it.
Okay, go for it. Nice. Very good.
Wait.
So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this is definitely different travel. I mean, you guys are in deep wood here. You guys have Jag, right? This whole time? You didn't leave him somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't remember if you left him. I couldn't remember if
We'd
you left.
never leave Jag.
I know.
Never.
Well, I couldn't.
He's our
Okay.
boy.
Okay, yeah. So it's not like ultra dense forest, but it's it's slow going for sure, and you guys are trudging your way through, and
It doesn't look like dark and ominous.
no, it's just
Okay.
it does look like a
Imagining the
forest.
forest in Lord of the Rings as we enter, and it's
No, there is a.
giving.
You've heard legend of something called a dark forest, but you've never been in one. But this doesn't look too dark to you.
Okay. Is there? God, I feel like we could take advantage of.
And the forest is
something
still.
we
I
could
had
do in
to,
the forest.
I had to just check the cheat sheet here. So plain regular forest, which is what you're in, is still considered open terrain. So you're not slowed down and encumbered at all. So you can
Okay.
you can go another hex in this same quarter date if you want. So what you see
Yeah.
to the south and to the southeast, you're boarded up by a river.
Okay. Guess we'll go northeast.
Yeah, and to the north
Guess we'll
is a mountain range. Is the very southern tip of that mountain range you guys saw.
Okay.
So you guys all good to go northeast?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Shall try to naturally lead the way.
Yep. Lead the way. Keep watch, please.
God, it's because I only have 1 wits. That's what's going on. Jesus
Mm.
Christ. Let me just spend another willpower.
Okay. So you spent another
Yep.
willpower, and you've made the way, and Deer has kept watch. So there's nothing out here. Like there's critters, there's birds, there's little critters on the ground. There's some deer here and there. There's no people. There's nothing out here.
So it's like
And
6 p.m. now?
it is, yeah. Now it is darkness.
Okay.
It's darkness,
Yeah,
and
we
you
should
can
probably make camp and
you can tell that. I mean, you're surrounded by water on all sides now, except for that. You're surrounded by water on all sides. There's a mountain behind you, and then the forest you came from.
yeah, I vote we make camp. Maybe I could take this time to go hunting?
It'll
From
take
6 to midnight?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, you did a food roll?
Yep.
Marcus? You're just gonna eat something right now?
Well, it's that time. If you guys don't eat now,
Oh, it's
you're
time
all
for us to eat.
yeah, you're all gonna be hungry.
You're all gonna be effed. Alright.
You don't need to do a water roll though, because you're surrounded by a river. So whenever you're next to whenever you're next to a body of water, there's no water roll required. Okay, so you all eat. Very good.
That's good.
And you all have your water. So
There
you're
you
good on that.
I will make camp.
Sounds good. Like a boss. Okay, so that'll be Marcus from 6 to midnight. He'll be setting up the camp. Garrick will be trying to get some food.
I'll go hunting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you
I forget,
level?
what do I have to roll for that?
There's a
Survival?
yeah, on the
Or marksmanship?
in the party.
Scouting.
No, I think it's in the party. Yeah, you open up the party tab thing, and there's a thing
hunt.
say, yeah, hunt.
Gotcha.
And then you should tick a tick box for master of the hunt or whatever.
Yes. Oh my god. I need more wits. Good lord.
But you can spend like it says, you can spend a willpower on hunting. Whenever you forage, hunt, or lead the way, you can automatically succeed by spending a willpower. So do you want to succeed?
Yeah.
Okay, so now when you succeed on a hunt, you roll that other one that says find prey, and it tells you what you actually killed. Or no, then it tells you. Okay, that's right. Then it tells you, okay, so you did hunt, and now you find, and you succeeded. So now you roll to see what animal you found. So give me that roll. On the party
I'm sorry,
tab.
where do I do that? Oh, gotcha.
I think it says kill prey. What happens when
It's
you...
another roll to be successful on that.
Yeah, so when you click it...
To do that also?
Yeah.
It does that.
Kill... Okay, here, let me... Lead the way, keep watch, forage, hunt. Another way to find food is hunting. Need some sort of gear. First, you must find your prey, which you can do by making a survival roll. Okay, so maybe we did stuff out of order. So first, you have to do a find your prey, which you can do by making a survival roll. Success means that you find some kind of prey. You roll on a table, you roll a d6, and it tells me what kind of animal you rolled. I'd have to imagine it's in the game somewhere.
So I have a question. With the talent, right, I can spend a willpower point to automatically succeed.
Yeah.
But for that talent, Master of the Hunt, I'm level 2, which puts me at ease when I hunt.
Yeah.
Which restores all my attributes.
That's right.
Right, so because my wits is I only have 1, so it's making it difficult to be successful.
No, yeah, you're in your zone. This is what you do. Yeah, you're maxed out.
So now I make a survival roll.
So let's just
To try to kill my prey.
So the first, okay, so we'll just do it as written in the rules. So the first thing you do is you roll a survival roll.
Okay. With Pathfinder. Oh no, Master of the Hunt.
Yeah, add all the +1s and everything that you need.
Dear God. I'm gonna push it. Are you kidding me?
But you can, but like,
Yeah, it is 90
Yeah.
night.
I'll use a willpower.
okay, so you succeed there. Are you sure you're a hunter? Okay, so now, so now you roll a d6. Roll me a d6.
Okay. Oops. Yeah, roll.
Useless.
Useless. Well, what does the 2 mean? You don't know.
Okay.
2's low number. Can't be good.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I'm trying to see. Okay. So 2 is you found a crow.
That's
So
not gonna be a lot of eating.
so you found a
It's
crow.
gonna be light tonight.
You can go back. Sorry, this is kind of okay. So now you found it. You see a crow up in a tree, squawking at you. You know, laughing at you, squawking. And
Okay, you're going down.
so now to kill it, you have to roll again using marksmanship.
Oh, I'm good at this. That one's all. I guess I can't use Dragon Slayer modifier in my
It's
defense.
not. It's not a monster. It's just a crow.
It's like, come on, man. Ooh, I got it.
Success.
Uh,
Gotta be. Oh, okay, yeah. One shot, one kill. Oh yeah. Roll. You're supposed to roll the. You roll your bow, and it automatically does the arrow math for you. So open up your character sheet and
Longbow.
roll the. Yeah, roll the longbow.
God.
There you go.
But according to that, I missed.
Well,
right?
yeah, that's fine. You hit with your marksmanship, but yeah, and you didn't lose an arrow. So yeah, one shot, one kill. The crow falls to the ground, and you now
I do have
have
an arrows. Yeah, thing to roll.
and you now have you spent that time and you got one meat and no pelts.
So imagine I come back into camp holding a little scrawny crow. Marcus, what recipes do you know for using a crow?
So that's what. Okay, so that was your
stew or
escapade
something.
with this 6 hours as you spent this time out there and you got a crow.
Suck.
Marcus
6 hours.
Marcus was doing. What was Marcus doing?
Setting up camp.
Setting up camp. Dira was doing.
Nothing. She was just hanging out.
Okay, and Dorian.
Thinking
I
about
want to
eating some
try
bird.
to get the shield. Oh man, what is the talent? Sorry. Say it. Shield fighter talent. I want to see if I can work on that.
Shield fighter talent.
Yeah.
Your parry rolls are modified when you parry with a shield. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so to do that, then you have to yeah, so you have to practice it. So for this, so if you want it, you have to practice like sitting here using your shield fighting, and then you have to give me a successful wits roll.
Okay. Do I have to practice with somebody else, or can I just
No, you don't have to.
do shadow?
Yeah.
Wits roll. Okay. Come on, baby. Ah.
You can push, and elves or dwarfs can
Oh,
push
yeah.
as many times as they want.
I'm gonna get this, man.
Okay, very
Okay,
good.
there we go.
Yeah.
Very good. So I'll put that on your sheet. Make sure you update your XP. Correct that.
Yeah.
to
So was that 10
That's 5.
to
5 for level
5?
1.
Okay.
And you are now a. I'll put that on your sheet here. Shield fighter. There you go. Updated. Very good. So that was your 6 hours. Garrick got a crow. Marcus is setting up. Do you want to say like Deer was just sleeping again?
Yeah.
Okay, so but the camp's not made up, so you have to find a spot.
I'm gonna go find a spot
okay,
way
it's-
away.
Okay, it's a roll. So you open up the party character, and there's a thing there saying find a spot or find a good spot, something like that.
Watch, I'm gonna just fail miserably at this.
You gotta drag your character over there, but you're gonna have to move me.
Maybe you'll accidentally
You
find
can't.
artifact.
Yeah, you click find a stanagist. Click. Oh my god, guys, I found it.
Yeah, can we just roll for that? I mean,
You do it.
I guess seriously, I mean, I guess we'll have to,
This is where I am.
what would it be? Like searching the area? Or would we even roll for that, I guess? Insight? If we really want to search an area for this crown? Like, say we come into some old house or something, and we're like, dude, it's gotta be in here. This was like a house of a wizard or something, I don't know. Like an insight roll. Or scout. No scouting. No.
I don't know.
God, I'm
Oh, we
beat
just
up.
went through a bunch of ruins, but I had assumed that Arvia and
Ooh, very good,
people
very
probably
good.
searched that area.
That's a good suspicion to have. I mean, that's a logical thing to think for sure. Okay, so we're gonna fast forward to midnight now. Go
Before
ahead.
we when Garrett comes back,
Yes.
I just ask him, be like, were there other crows around?
Was there a murder of
Possibly.
crows?
I could only get one, alright? That's all you
No.
got.
No, I'm just saying, if they saw your face and they saw you kill one of their own, you are marked for the rest of your life.
Oh, damn. Is that true?
You're
They will come and get you.
Make a lower roll. No, just kidding. Oh, great. I'd hope it would be dark enough that they didn't see me and they just saw the arrow come out of nowhere. And I don't know. I'll take that chance.
If I ever do that, I wear a Ronald Reagan mask.
I'll
Really?
just make a note of this.
That's disturbing that you have.
I'll just make a note of this crow murder here on my little GM notes, and we'll see what happens in the future.
There was a
Roll on the
guy
table.
who tried to help a crow that was hurt, and it died while he was trying to help it. But because the murderer saw him, they blamed him for the death, and they attack him every single time they see him.
That's
Oh
amazing.
my god. That's awesome.
That's
Dude,
amazing.
that's horrific. Like right out of a horror movie.
Nice.
That's a beautiful thing.
Note to self. Stay away.
Yeah.
You on your own.
All right, so it is midnight. Dira is fully rested. None of you kept watch, but nothing happened. This is like the middle of... You're surrounded on all sides by impassable places, impassable things, except that forest you just came through. And the only thing really on the other side of that is that ruins that you just passed through with Arvia's clan. So it's a quiet night so far.
Yeah, I'd like to sleep.
Okay?
Yeah, me
Okay.
too.
Everyone sleeps and Dira stays awake.
Yep, I'll keep watch.
Okay, go for
Mosey
it.
Before we
around.
go to bed, focus.
Yeah, I know.
keep watch. Yeah, okay, I guess I'll roll here.
Oh boy.
To push or not to push?
Not good.
Damn.
Believed in you.
Something about this. Something about
We
this
trusted
forest.
you.
Something about this forest just kind of creeps Dira out, and Dira doesn't.
Playing
Dira,
tricks on me.
Dira doesn't like being surrounded geographically, like hemmed in like this. Like, you guys can't go north. You guys can't escape to the north. You can't escape to the northeast. You can't escape any direction except for one. The way you came in, like, you are blocked in every direction except for the way you came in. You've, like, backed yourselves into a... If something came through, you guys would have to try to swim across this large river, which is not a big... It's not a easy task. You kind of, like... You drove yourselves into this little pocket here, and there's nowhere to go except to turn around, unless you try to cross this river with Jag and a cart, which it's just not. So, Dira is just.
Jag's a strong swimmer. I believe in him.
Seeing the wagon trail? No.
Oh,
Yeah, we all
The
play.
wagon's made of wood, right? Mostly it'll float.
You're surrounded by a forest. You can get an axe and cut some trees down and make a bridge or something. Sure.
Yeah.
Takes 2 days.
So that's what Dira is thinking about here. She doesn't like being hemmed in like this. So that's why she
Feel
doesn't really.
cornered.
Yeah, you're cornered and it's not cool. But on the plus side, you're so isolated and tucked away in the middle of nowhere that nothing comes and finds you. So it's a easy evening.
I think it's lucky for whatever could corner us, because you don't want to corner a Dira.
That's right.
Yeah.
It was for its own safety.
Yeah.
It was thinking about screwing with us and then saw deer there. It's like, hell no. Backed away.
Heard about you.
No thanks.
So yeah, as the morning comes in, you guys all reassess what you want to do here. Do you want to do something?
While we're sitting in this area, can I do a detect magic? Because wouldn't those artifacts be magical?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, they would be. I don't even think you have to roll, do you? It's just something you get.
It's a spell.
Oh, okay, yeah, go for it. Maybe you can get a mishap.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get a
And
mishap.
we're just trapped here, and you're gonna just
Well,
annihilate
Since
us.
magic
It's
is
not a
only one
guarantee.
spell, right?
It's not, yeah, because if he's casting a spell below his level, then he can cast safely. He can do a safe cast where he doesn't actually roll any dice. It's just the magic just works. So that's an option if you want to do that.
Looking for.
Goodness gracious. Oh! What is that?
But I clicked on
What is that?
the safe casting. So
does
is
it
it
mean?
just because I rolled a 1?
Safe casting means you're not supposed to roll any dice.
Oh, because when you click on the spell, it'll give you the choice of safe casting.
Safe casting
clicked on
1. Yeah, so then
Then you don't click roll.
did you spend a bunch of willpower?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's so get your willpower back because I know what you're trying to do. Here, let me get the book out real quick. Yeah, that's the whole point of safe casting is you can't jack yourself up with a mishap. That's the whole point. Safe cast.
Well, let me see if
Let me just get the book out here. So safe casting is if you cast a spell at a lower rank than your talent You may opt to roll one less die for every point of difference. This reduces the risk, but it also makes the spell less likely to overcharge. If the result is 0 dice or less, don't roll at all. Oh, so it doesn't make it completely immune. It just lowers the risk. So if you still put a bunch of willpower into it, then you can, in fact, roll a mishap. So I guess the question is, did you really want to spend all that willpower on the spell?
I mean, would it cover a larger area, or would it just make it more likely to be successful?
It's a good question. I mean, for right now, I'll say sense magic. As a sorcerer or druid, you automatically sense whenever someone uses magic within short range, or if an item you hold is charged with magical power. If you want to know more about what kind of magic is involved, you must cast a sense magic spell. Using this spell is also required to detect obscured magic. Your power level must then be equal then. Oh, so power level. So because there's another school of magic called obscure magic, where people can hide the fact that things are magically.
Tries to hide itself.
So if you want to roll a sense magic, that's where you use willpower, is to say, I want to try to beat someone obscuring it. So, yeah, because that's what I was saying. It says, as a sorcerer or druid, you automatically sense whenever someone uses magic within short range, or if an item that you hold is charged with power. If you want to know more about the specific magic involved, then you must cast sense magic. So it doesn't really sound like you can just like send it out like a beacon and like get a return on magic. It doesn't seem like that. It's like you can tell if something you're holding is magic, and then you can sense if someone around you within short range uses magic. So like very short range. You can't like walk around the countryside sending out a signal looking for a magic return.
Okay.
Good try, though. So, none of that. So, we'll just say it didn't happen. Like now that we read the rules on it. So,
All right.
get whatever
I'll
willpower you had back.
Yeah. I mean, even if you rank it up, it doesn't increase the range?
No. The range is the range. The range is short range or something you're holding. It just, the rank means if someone's trying to obscure something, then if you sense at a higher level than the person obscured it, then you're going to overpower their obscuration and you're going to be able to detect it. That's what that's talking about. It's a fight between obscuring it and being able to sense it. Whoever puts in more power wins.
All right. I guess, yeah, I don't do that. Let's go to the hollows.
Get out of here.
So you can go, how many hexes can you go in a day? You can travel for 2/4 of a day normally. Hiking.
So, I mean, to get out of this area, we'd either have to try to cross the river or backtrack and go around.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, but we got a jag in a river. It'd probably take us quite a while to build a raft.
Yeah.
Good
Not to mention we
point.
could all drown.
Do we see anything?
I don't remember if you guys recall.
notice anything?
I don't remember if you guys recall on Amber's Peak when you guys tried to swim across the river when the dragon was like,
Dorian failed.
yeah, you guys like a couple of you couldn't even get in the water. It didn't go well.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna say most
Yeah.
of us failed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't
I
think I'm a good
succeeded.
swimmer.
Yeah.
We didn't get in the water.
Two of you succeeded,
it
and
across.
two of you succeeded, and two of you, Dorian and Dira, had to like get out of the water. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We almost.
Not strong swimmers.
It didn't want to get their feet wet.
you know.
Panic.
You're like, my socks, though.
Yeah. So we want to. Do we want to start heading back?
Yeah.
Realizing the
Yeah.
error of our ways, and like
Do we see anything across river? Like any ruins or anything? Or
no, there's
Or
you don't. Yeah, you
township.
don't. No, you don't see any structures across the river. To the east is forest, and then to the north and the northwest is that mountain range that you guys have been trying to get around. And then to the south is more forest. Everywhere you look now is forest and this river.
God, we just took the wrong way.
50, 50,
Are,
90.
are the mountains impassable, or
Yes.
is it like
Yes,
okay? So we can't explore those mountain regions.
that's correct. They're
Can it make a
impassable.
roll?
Impassable.
I wanna.
The only person who can go there is, I guess, Zertorm because he can fly a dragon. I guess I'd allow that.
Yeah. Damn it.
Okay, so
I wanna
we'll head back to Wailer's Hold. So we'll just need a. So there's one. So that's a keep watch roll for that. And you can do a +1 too. I mean, I would say don't even worry about rolling it. I mean, you don't have to roll it. You're not having to lead the way. You know, unless you need to do it to try to generate some willpower. But I think you guys all have plenty. We'll just say you don't really need to do it because you guys have just been here. And now all of you are keeping watch. I mean, so you'd have to add like +3 or something. So that one's good. Continuing back to Wailer's Hold. Come here. So that's so now it's noon. Do you guys just want to keep going?
Sure. What do you guys think?
All in favor, say aye.
yeah, what if we go southwest?
It depends. I mean, do we want to sleep or have someone find a good spot every time for nighttime? Or if we camp here for today, then we can start off again at 6 a.m. tomorrow.
This is
I don't
all.
know.
You're all going to be retreading past, ground for a good little bit here. So
Can we night hike on ground that we've already gone through?
you still need to use illumination just so you can see, even though you know the path in a general way that it's made safe by lead the way. You still need to have some sort of light so you can see literally where you're stepping, so you don't like step into a something and roll your ankle. You need to have some sort of light. Otherwise, if you try to travel at night without a light source, then you have to do a move roll, I think. And if you fail it, then you get hurt or something happens.
Bad.
It's a minefield.
Yeah, it's just rolling ankles and spraining wrists and that kind of stuff starts happening if you try to move around at night when you can't see. The potential for that kind of stuff starts happening. But you can totally do it.
Yeah.
And if you have a light source, if you have
I
a
don't have to
torch,
worry
then you
about
don't have
that.
to worry about it.
Yeah, since we already been
I
here,
do
we
have a
can
torch.
light a torch. Yeah.
What was that?
So are you wanting to go like 2 hexes?
You can go 2 hexes in a quarter day if you're going over open terrain, which is all this stuff so far is.
So noon to 6. And
So
then
you guys were here at noon or 6, and now it's noon and you're here. So if you wanted to keep going, you could get up to here by 6 o'clock in the evening, if you want.
yeah, let's do that.
All in
I
favor?
think we can do that.
6
Aye.
to
Aye.
6, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you come up through the center point of Wailer's Hold, and RV is gone. The army's gone. They've moved off, and you can just tell the various tracks that they've left. They headed off to the southwest. So they're
Good, that would have been embarrassing. Like, where are you guys going?
you're back so soon. Okay, so now we'll say
Never
it's
mind us.
so now darkness has fallen again.
Should we just hold up in Whaler's Hold and go to our little hut or the building that we originally was in?
Then you wouldn't need to make camp.
Yeah.
Good.
You can do that if you want.
Be easier. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, huh?
So you want to do that? You want to go back?
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, you're back at Wailer's Hold. You go back to your little marble hovel that you're in, and it's right where you left it, like yesterday. So
Oh, home sweet home.
home
And so
sweet
what
home.
time?
Now it's 6 o'clock at night.
Okay. Maybe we can maybe I could spend the evening like searching the kind of wandering around through this broken town,
Yeah, you can.
looking, kind of searching.
See if we can pick up random drunken foughten teeth that were knocked out.
Yeah.
That sounds wonderful.
Get a little necklace going for Dira.
Dira collects them.
Yeah.
Get some bracelets and earrings to match.
Mm,
Yeah, we got you these pearls, these pearly whites.
mm.
Wear them with pride.
That's awesome.
So who wants to keep watch? Who wants to go to sleep? Who needs to eat? All of you need to eat now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Oh
so.
yeah. Huh?
Roll those die.
Let's see
And
here.
yeah, food and water today, please.
It's so good.
All the die. Do you want to push Dira on the keep watch?
Yeah. I'm
Go
gonna
for it.
push. I just gotta get back up to
Yeah. All the food and
all
water.
the dice rolls.
Yeah. No Banes?
Yeah, no Banes.
Oh yeah.
Very good.
There
So-
we go.
The other three of you sleep, I'm guessing? Or what?
Probably. Yeah. Might as well.
I'll stay up with Dira. That way that
Oh,
there's two of us.
Okay. Just in
I'll
case.
bake her some fresh scones.
Okay.
Ooh. I'll stay up too.
Yeah.
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 That's awesome. Okay, so Dira and Marcus stay up together, and it's a quiet night. And Dorian and Garrick are out, and the 6 hours pass easily. So now it is midnight. Do we just want to do a change here, changing of the guard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So those two go to bed, and Garrick and Dorian emerge rested, and one of you guys want to give me keep the watch at +1 or whatever, since there's two of you.
I'll keep watch. Oh, well.
I
How many
beat ya.
wits do you have, Joe? Because I don't have a lot.
Well, you're fully healed. You
Oh,
should,
I would have been rested.
yeah,
yeah, my bad.
you're all rested up, so you're healed.
Son of
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I'm gonna push it. Yeah. Why can't I? Okay.
with the +1, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
since
okay.
there's two of you doing it, so you get a +1.
I'm going crazy here.
I don't see your rolls.
Yeah, I know. What am I supposed to be doing?
Keep
I,
watch.
I
Under-
know. I feel like I'm hitting it. It's not doing anything.
Why don't you give it a try there, Garrick?
Oh, here, maybe I need to. Yeah. Oh, it's
Follow.
because I wasn't in that right spot. Yeah.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go. Okay.
Oh man.
Push it real well.
There
yeah.
we go.
With no banes even. So there you go. Yeah, so you two keep watch at night, and there's nothing going on out here.
So, who was looking around? Someone was looking around.
Yeah, I
Was,
wanted to look around a little bit. Maybe
Oh,
before I
yeah.
went to
Not
bed.
anything of
Okay.
significance.
Give me a
I don't know if there was light.
Maybe you could have took a
spot when we
torch.
got here.
I guess,
torch.
yeah. I mean, I would say if you do want to go like look around and scout and look for stuff, you have to have light, so you have to give a torch roll.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Ooh, spicy.
Oh, what does that mean?
That means you should.
Who's a
One
torch?
less.
Your torch counter is gonna go down.
Damn.
So if you should
And then
if you had like a D8, it should go down to a D6. If you had a D6, it should go down to nothing
Yeah.
now.
Torches
got
are
nothing
nothing.
now.
Oh, so you use your okay. So yeah, you use your last torch. Well, geez, now I have to give you something
Great.
cool. Jeez. Okay, so I would say, so yeah, Dorian is like he hasn't been here in years and years, and he's looking around, and he sees. Sorry, let me look up something. Jeez, there's so much stuff here. I'm trying to like look through my books. Jeez. Sorry, jeez, I should have been ready.
No worries.
No. It's fine.
Okay, so yeah, so just seeing Arvia and being there, and they're part of the group discussion when they're talking about Zygofer and he's dead, and like, you know, I would say Dorian's just kind of like thinking to himself while he's looking, but he's mostly just thinking about the stuff that he remembered, because they were like, I mean, Garrett came back from his talk with the dwarves and like relayed to the party what they were saying, and things were just kind of, you know, because like these dwarves never really focus too much on the artifacts. I mean, they know that they're extremely strong, but you know, they're not really. They're there with their might of arms, with their axes and their grit and their strength. You know, that's what they're gonna go kill things with, the dwarven way. But something has just been like gnawing at Dorian here, and now that he's by himself walking around these ruins with a torch and just seeing things, he's just like kind of able to think kind of finally, and he is staring at this broken pillar of some building that was once a, you know, some foundational piece for a structure, and he's just staring at it, and he remembers hearing a story that Malagarn is at the Stone Loom mines, and Malagarn is a longsword with an elven gemstone.
Ooh.
It's like
Oh.
it comes to his mind. He's like, I remember this, and I would say even that you don't even know why or how, but you know that like it's a memory, or I'm not saying like you hear a voice or something that tells it, but it's like
Yeah.
there's a part of your mind that knows that the sword, the ancient artifact sword called Malagarn, is at Stone Loom Mines.
And do I remember where Stone Loom
That's where they
Mines is?
said. That's where Arvia was saying that to meet up later.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Maybe I'll say, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe when Arvia said we're going to be at Stone Loom Mines,
Ooh.
that kind of like implanted in your brain something, and now it's taken this long for it to kind of work its way into the forefront of your thought, and you're like, oh, Malagarn is there. And I'll say we'll stop right there.
Okay. Ooh, that's good. Good.
Cool. We've got strong hints for
must be
one
going.
item.
Yes. Good.
Does that mean that we need to race him there so we can take it? Because if he knows, she knows.
Yeah,
Oh.
probably.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe it's got to be why they're going there.
I think that's by default. We should race everybody to everywhere.
But you can't be everywhere at
First one
once.
I know. That's why we have the army.
So so after all this talk of artifacts and the ancient artifacts, there's four that are like the big are like legendary. One is the sword Malagarn. That's one. The other is the scepter of NECA.
All right. So
And there's
Dorian
the
just
crown.
off Arvia at the mines, blame it on a demon, and take control of this army.
What's that meme
Not
of that guy that
King's
goes like
Pen.
the guy that points at his brain? That meme, that guy. That's fun.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
I know you'll
Gotta
never
put-
betray your friends, so you just turn a blind eye. I'll do it for you.
They're not your friends anymore. We are.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a feeling Arvia is probably not so easy to kill.
I got magic. It's okay.
You guys,
There you go.
Yeah,
I
as long as you guys aren't anywhere near me, I'll get my target without hurting you guys.
Yeah.
You guys are
Regardless of the
in it
mishap.
with me. I'm going to take everyone out on
That's
accident.
right. That's right. I only say this is because
Magic is
the only reason I say that it's because it's happened multiple times.
Yeah.
I only say that
magic isn't stable enough.
I only say that from my uniform and repeated experience. That's funny.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, experience points.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
That's right.
It'll be. Yes, that's correct. XP. So, did you participate? Yes, you did. So you all get 1. Did you travel through a hex that you've not been before? Yes. So that's 2. Did you discover a new adventure site? No. Did you defeat monsters? No. Did you find treasure worth gold? No. Did you build a stronghold? No. Pride, dark secret? No. Did you risk your life for another PC? No. Did you perform an extraordinary action of some kind? No. So each of you for this session, you have earned 2 XP. Please update your
Let's
sheets.
say we've earned the greatest treasure of all, a child's laughter.
That's.
no.
I'm gonna take 1 away from you. You only earn 1 now.
Yeah, I know. You've lost 1.
That's gonna cost you. The fact that you thought of that and then actually still said it even after you thought of it.
You just said it out loud. That's so funny.
Oh, that's good. All right, you guys. So yeah, and you have a direction now. So now it sounds like you're kind of torn because you're wanting to go to the Hollows, but now you've been given some sort of insight into something tangible. Maybe I just made it up. So yeah,
Yeah, but it
Of course
seems
you
like,
did.
Yeah.
You're the
Yeah.
I'm
DM. You make everything up.
You lose. Yeah, you lose. Okay. Yeah.
There's like layers and layers.
Also,
Mistrust.
we have no way to send messages for long, like long distances.
Didn't someone send me a screenshot of something about the birds?
Yeah, I thought there was like.
Well, you can, but we would have to have a
visions from
bird to do
strongholds.
that with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
thought it
had
was,
a crow.
from
Ah,
strongholds or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You had one. You had.
You could have trained it.
That's so funny. No, yeah, one of you sent me a thing saying actually there's crows or something in this game, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. You'd have to acquire one for sure. But that'd be cool. I'm all about that. I think that's cool. Yeah, I forgot the details of like what that means, what all you can really do with it. But yeah, you can send some sort of messages for sure. If you find a bird or something that you can train and do that'd be cool.
Seems like a good Garrett.
Yeah, we would have to. I don't know. That's kind of like a tough situation in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we let the army know in the hollows that we're going in an opposite direction,
Mm-hmm.
we'd have to inform them that we're going for an artifact. So we could just abandon them,
Yeah.
get the artifact, and then be like, sorry, we're late.
Yeah, what is he? What's Zertorm really gonna want? Is he gonna want everyone to come back exactly on schedule with nothing, or come back like 3 weeks late with an actual freaking legendary artifact?
Oh, no, I wasn't talking about giving it to him. I was talking about us abandoning the army, getting it, and coming and meeting them and being like, sorry, there was this group that stole a bunch of our shit, and then we got in this big ordeal,
Mm.
and then just not giving Zertorum
I
or Arvia the artifact.
I see.
To their own army.
Yeah, just hold on to it for a while. You know, if we collect all the artifacts, then we can just tell them, you know, they can stuff it. What are they gonna do? Take us
Bring
out?
this dragon.
Yeah, come and roast us with a dragon. Maybe.
If we collected all the main artifacts, then we would basically have the crown. And at that point, nobody could tell us what to do. We would own everything.
Yeah,
That's
just
what the
don't know
le-
how powerful it's gonna make us.
That's what the legends say. That's what the legends say.
I wonder if it's like
Crap.
I wonder if the artifacts are like the what was that on Guardians of the Galaxy, the Infinity Stone or something like that? You know, like you had to be a certain type of person to even hold it, operate it.
Nice.
Like
That's a good point.
maybe we're not capable.
Or
You're
is it
the-
like
Hold
in
on,
that
hold
show
on, hold on.
Loki?
You guys are the PCs. You're the player characters. Yeah. You guys aren't NPCs. You guys are of course you're able to do it.
Yeah, one of us had 32 chest hairs.
That's right.
One of,
That's funny.
That's
All right, you guys, this was fun. I'm glad we got to go. Sorry about last week, and should be
Oh no.
should be good. I mean, of course, I'm gonna jinx myself, but yeah,
I know, right?
I was definitely missing hanging out, and thank you guys for playing,
Yeah.
and I hope you guys had fun. And we will.
always
did.
fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, we will see you guys all next week. All right.
All
Bye.
right.
Okay.
Have a good night.